All right, let's talk about this. So this is not only about Cleanspark, Riot platforms, or Marathon Digital, but it is everything that Bitcoin has to do with. So this is the report that Zero Hedge basically posted earlier today, actually yesterday late, where biggest jump and new highest record basically in Bitcoin hedge fund net shorts. So this is the chart you can see from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2023. Look at 2024 and look at the recent bar here. So this is basically CFTC. This is they released the data, I think. I don't know how often they release it, but you can go to commitments of traders. So basically, Commodity Futures Trading Commission. So they release all the data related to a lot of stuff actually, but one of them is this, where, well, Bitcoin is sitting at its all-time highs, and I don't know if this data came out. I think this data came out after Bitcoin dipped slightly on Friday, where it was almost trying to get back to its all-time highs, but right here, right now, 69K, and it pulled back like 3K. Not a significant move, right? But still, 1.8%, still brought down everything that Bitcoin had to do with, right? So you can take a look at, let's go just on a hourly chart, right? You can see this is Riot platforms, rejected, couldn't stay above $10, rejected CLSK, same thing, basically rolled over. Marathon Digital, same thing, rolled over back down to its 50-day moving average. I was watching Coinbase, which on Friday, same thing, flushed down. MicroStrategies, MSTR, this name flushed down as well with BTC that afternoon on Friday. And well, I was going through the what does that mean? So basically, there are two things, right, can happen. So can we see all these funds get squeezed if we do get basically we have GameStop, AMC, like this saga is not going to end until 21st of January. We do have like literally in 2 days FOMC meeting, which is 12th of June. So it can squeeze higher, or it can definitely be the top, but usually I'm on the camp like where I don't like short anything that spends that long of a, like, look at this consolidation, like I'm talking about Bitcoin right here. So from the beginning of the March, where it made this 52-week high, all-time high as well, you can see we haven't been just what was the highest pullback? It did pull back maybe 10%, 12%, maybe even more, 14%. But we know that BTC is pretty volatile name. I mean, volatile asset, how we want to call it, coin. But by looking at this chart, I mean, I would not bet that this thing is going to roll over unless it makes new low, basically goes below 57 at some point. So after that report, I'm sure we can, if the longer BTC stays up here, the probability of it breaking out is pretty high. And also, I was looking through, well, if you guys don't remember, BITO, this is Bitcoin ETF. This is the first, I think, ETF that was launched and still trades right now, and it's pretty liquid as well. I was going through the option activity on this one just to have an idea what people are doing, what people are betting on. So at the moment it's 26. It went I think live 21st of actually October 2021. So ever since, you can see it dropped to $9 all the way to 33, but it's still below the launch price at the moment. It's at $26 levels. But this name, this ETF has pretty liquid option activity. It's pretty highly traded options among institutions. So a lot of you guys who trade Mara or Cleanspark or Riot platforms, there are assets out there that, again, it's not a recommendation, but if I wanted to have a pure exposure just to whatever the BTC is doing and don't care about the miners business, this is something I would trade. And that's what smart money has been trading. And let's take a look at this right here. So I went through, take a look at what's the maximum open interest on BITO, Bitcoin Strategy ETF. That's what it is, actually, pro shares. You can see this is all expiration dates for the options all the way to 2026. Again, these are monthlies, okay? I'm not going to be able to see every single week except for these. Probably most of them are here. But one thing just was standing out was the highest outside of the money open interest, 230,000 call outside of the money calls out of this 860,000 total open interest for the calls, and only 253,000 puts. This could be basically them just hedging themselves, buying a little bit outside of the money and with a little bit of a time, and ultra short term they could be just shorting. We have the report, right? But at the same time, it could be some people going, like, really thinking that it can run and BTC can maybe possibly get over 100K, because that's what a lot of people looking for. Just like with Nvidia, everybody basically was waiting, looking, trading for $1,000 price target, and it did finally break it. But in Bitcoin's case, it could be just Fed rate decision, right? If September come, market is pricing that there's going to be a first rate cut, and also if inflation looks like inflation is not going to go down any further from here, maybe can even uptick, then, well, dollar can dump and people can run into these assets, risky assets, and BTC can finally just crack that 100K and maybe run. Maybe it can happen, I don't know, this summer or maybe after that event, but we will see. Every day that stat changes, like probability of rate cut, how many basis points, all that stuff. But that BITO, so ETF, it went to Thinkorswim, looked at the strike. So a lot of people bought January 2025. Highest open interest was this strike, which is, again, it could be sells as well. It doesn't have to be buying a call, right? So it could be also spread. People could have bought 25 and they sold the 30, any strategy. But the fact is, there is 110,000 open interest for $30 strike price for BITO ETF, which is at the moment trading at $26 levels. So that could be bullish. Again, we don't know, but open interest is there. You can follow the volume every single day, how it changes. But the fact is, the biggest 25 strike, 30, and the next one 35 as well. These are the highest open interest. Again, it could be people having spreads and all sorts of strategies. But interesting, and also another thing, we'll go to Marathon Digital, where, like, it's been a while since this name started being a little bit volatile. Option, like, this is the stats for every single day, highest traded option volume stocks. Basically, on Friday, GameStop was the first one, top one. Nvidia, Tesla, AMC, Apple, AMD, Amazon, Palantir, and Marathon Digital. This Marathon Digital has been on this top 10 traded, mostly traded option stock for quite some time now. Maybe throughout this year, I have been seeing this name on this top 10, 15 highly. Right here, right now, on Friday, it traded 363,000 options, total. And from that, 75% were calls. So let's just take a look. What's going on with this name? Something is brewing with this name. I don't know. But the fact is, let's take a look at this first. So total for Marathon Digital, basically total call volume. Again, it may not be 100% accurate number because it's mainly monthlies and some short-term weeklies. Okay, so you can see 849,000 options total open interest versus 421,000 put open interest, and from that, most of it expires right here, June 21st. 187,000 outside of the money calls. Again, these could be ultra short terms, or most likely sells, or we might get some sort of a rally. I don't know. We have to take a look at individual strikes, which I'm going to just quickly take a look at it before we wrap. But this is Marathon Digital's June 21st total, basically option chain. Okay, so you can see these contracts are all over the place, but you can see outside of the money, the highest probably the $30 strike, which is very cheap actually, only 14 cents, but it has the highest open interest. And on Friday it traded 2,000. Probability of that strike price going in the money, so basically Marathon Digital rallying 50% in a matter of 2 weeks, that probability is 3.7% according to option market, because option market is only pricing in that Marathon Digital can move up or down $3.15. So very interesting, but I don't know. My point here is that, Bitcoin can definitely squeeze or dump, but at least big move coming one way or another. And I'm more inclined to say that summer months are usually volatile and bullish, especially July and August as well can be. So maybe this summer we'll see, but that's what I'm watching. So that's basically, I didn't want to go too long, but this is the update for all those miners, Cleanspark and everything Bitcoin has to do with. So thanks for watching. Hope you're all having a good weekend. Take care. Peace.